We've been together for over 20 years, attempting to find something new in Central Australia. Always know that nature's stacking the odds against you, and you keep going, and that would then take the West Arunta to the next level. And the fact that we could step away 2 kilometres and hit it again was pretty incredible. We started life as an ASX listed company in 2006. Myself, that was Paul Chapman at the time as the chairman, and then 2 really highly respected geologists out of Western Mining, John Wronski and Peter Buick, and we set out to try to do the exploration like Western Mining used to back in the day when they made some incredible discoveries in Central Australia. And our idea was this enormous potential undercover in Central Australia, and that if you're prepared to take on risk and operate into these remote environments, to utilise new data and techniques, that you could make the sort of discoveries like Olympic Dam, like Kambaldas, that really changed the face of the Australian mining industry. The great thing about hanging around with geologists is they've got that optimistic view of the world. You always know that nature's stacking the odds against you, and you keep going. And we've been together for over 20 years, attempting to find something new in Central Australia. The Aileron project is about 100 kilometres by about 30 to 40 kilometres north-south. I mean, it's a huge land package. Now, the West Arunta is located at the Western Australian Northern Territory border. It's about the same distance from Adelaide, Darwin and Perth, so it's about as remote as you can get in Central Australia. It's very remote, but the geology is close to surface, and I think that gives us the ability to explore it really cost effectively. The drill hole that we completed back in 2020 into the Aileron project was the first in this entire belt of geology, so it was something that you don't really get to do very often. It was right out there. We had to push in a 30-kilometre track off a very remote bush track between 2 Aboriginal communities. We knew that we had to be entirely self-sufficient out there because there was nothing else in the area that was really going to help us out. The guys were sitting around the campfire one night and the International Space Station went over the top, and they said, "You do realise that we're closer to the International Space Station than we are to a traffic light." We've gone out there, we've drilled holes, and we've found some extensive carbonatite complexes that are running along the major structures that are extending through the area. The moment that comes to mind that was really important in the discovery out here was when we re-entered that first drill hole that was drilled back in October of 2020. And we extended it for another 200 metres, and we drilled through the magnetic anomaly that we targeted, and we came out the other side and we wanted to drill through the structure. And in that structure was where we hit the carbonatite. And I think it was 16 metres of mineralisation in that structure. We were able to get an orientation off that drill core and say, look, this thing's running broadly east-west. And then we only had a couple of other drill sites that were cleared for drilling, and we stepped, I think it was 2 kilometres away, onto one of those drill sites and drilled it again and hit that same carbonatite. And then we stepped out another 1.5 kilometres and hit it again. And you said, well, either we've been incredibly lucky or this thing is quite extensive. And that system now between Crean and Hurley now extends over 8 kilometres. It's a major mineral system. We still haven't found the edges of it, and we're learning more and more about it as we go. That was probably the proof of concept that this structure had carbonatite mineralisation in it, and the fact that we could step away 2 kilometres and hit it again was pretty incredible. Seeing them all work together to unlock this new region is really very pleasing. It's absolutely crucial to find the right people. Working in a remote location, you're on top of one another. There's always things that are going wrong, and we've got a lot of problem solvers out there. They're solving technical problems, they're solving logistical problems, they're trying to pull apart the geology as we learn new things with each drill hole. And it really starts from the top down with Dr. John Wronski and Peter Buick, people want to work with them. We've got a terrific team of geoscientists, Mark Brodie, Sarah James, Kate Vinicum, just to name a few of the team that we've got that are pulling apart this region, and really, I think, I have great faith in their ability to make the next discoveries. These discoveries don't happen without a team who's there to deliver the exploration programs on the ground. The mineral exploration industry is the lifeblood of the future of the mining sector, and I think we're still dining out on the discoveries of the 60s, 70s and 80s, and it's really up to us to find the next lot of discoveries, probably in metals that weren't thought about back 50 years ago, and that's going to be really important to Australia going forward. I think it's just a systematic learning exercise, continuing along the model that we've got, and keeping our eyes open for everything, because we assay very broadly. When we know it's going to be an incredible niobium province, we think there's going to be some incredible rare earth deposits associated with them, and it would almost be a surprise if there wasn't a rare earth deposit, high grade, associated with these niobium deposits. But we still think there's a lot of potential for gold and copper out here, and that would then take the West Arunta to the next level.